wanted hygiene sales reps. So I'm looking at sales reps jobs for the hygiene sector, and once again, very simple barrier to entry: driver's license, matric certificate, and some form of experience. But and I've said it before in my other videos, it doesn't really matter what type of experience that you have. If you get into the interview and then you can kind of convince the people hiring you that you can sell, the experience won't matter. And if you're lucky enough to have a manager that's confident to train you, then no stresses. So essentially, it would be canteen and catering, cleaning services, um, uh, I said, general facilities, pest control, that kind of stuff. So a lot of the time you find that they'll tell you, all right, we and once again, it's more of to say that, all right, we've got an established client base. There'll be guys on this, so we've got an established client base, and then there'll be guys on the road, either executing what they need to do or managing the client specifically. And then what your job would be to is to find new business, cold call factories, find new manufacturers, go into industrial parks, see if you can speak to the owner, go into the restaurant, see if you can speak to the manager, the owner, and say, look, we can help you out with the cleaning stuff. And they'll tell you, no, we're doing with Bidvets, we've got Zebo, we've got whoever, that kind of stuff. Uh, I used to stay in a place where the guys in the building, they lived below us. They worked for a pest control company, and also hygiene. So they were saying that they use the chemical stuff for large commercial agri-processing companies. But what I used to find is that there were two or three of them staying in the room, and they would drive out every day to execute that kind of stuff. But there would be one guy that would come in and we'd use that room or that flat for the day while the guys were out as his sales base. So he would literally be cold calling companies from there. Loud guy. Always was on the phone, always on the balcony smoking. And just interesting to listen to him cold call. And it's such a nice business where, because you have to deal with Poppy and how you get people's data or how you got their number, whatever it may be. If you're a business, you're listed. I can just go independent restaurants in my area. The whole list will come up on Google, and then I can call you. And you know, cold calling, as some of you might know, you call 100. You call 100 to try and get 10 people to maybe read your email. Then out of the 10, you try and close 2 or 3. More than likely, you're just going to close the one, which is fine, because you're going to try and do that at least try to do one close a week, depending on the volumes that you need. Yeah, minimum one close a week. You've got 4 in the month, good to go, depending on your volumes and how the contracts work. Not bad. It's not bad. So yeah, I think once again, as long as you know how to drive, you're comfortable with cold calling, you're comfortable with speaking to people, you get the product list, you learn it, you shadow some people, find out how the detergent actually works. But more than likely, some guys manufacturing it, and it's not like industrial grade anyway. So you're just managing the relationship, and the owner knows this, and it's good enough to clean, and he doesn't want to pay a premium price for cleaning stuff, so he's using you. At our office, we have a company that's on site every single day. They handle the outside, and then there's a different company that handles the inside. So if the company like Bidvest, Zebo, Serviced. Those three massive major companies are playing in this space. If there's tender companies, small companies that provide the service for hospitals, um, for other government facilities are playing in the space. And the space it's got money. It was just about how you can handle the sale and how you can handle the client. So once again, you know, um, to anyone looking to get into to to anyone who's looking for a job or trying to break into the industry, sales is still one of the easiest ways to get in, and it's one of the ways with the lowest barriers and the highest upside if you're successful in it. And it would be okay, in my experience, like to do 2 3 years at one company, do 2 3 years at another, and then when you get to your third company, you've kind of settled. Specifically, if you're coming out of school, you kind of settled, and you're like, actually, this is where um, I want to be, and I'm going to stay here for the next 20 30 years within this industry or within the company. And I now know what I want to study. So get that hygiene sales. Let's make this place clean, pest control, all that kind of stuff. Cheers, Salesforce.